All right, so welcome back to another how-to video that kind of ties into Project Rising Sun. Today I'm going to be making a lip for the body panel. I want to cover all the OEM surfaces that I cut to make room for the bigger wheels and tires. So for this project, I get a lot of questions on how I make things, like products that I use. And for this project in particular, we're going to be using some note cards, uh, some painter's tape, and some of that aluminum foil tape. So first thing I'm going to be doing is I have a little square block that I have on the backside of the cut line, and I use that just to kind of set up like a 90-degree surface that I can then tape my note card into place. The goal here is to create something that will hold shape that I can fiberglass over, but then I can just simply remove it when I'm done. So once I do the whole fiberglass process, I can simply cut this tape and pull this off the panel and chuck it, and I'm good to go. So we're going to speed up the video, um, just so you can kind of see, the entire process of what it takes for me to actually do this. You can see what I'm doing here is just putting, note card after note card together. I'm not really overlapping them because I don't want to create any kind of like humps in the cards themselves. So all I'm really kind of doing is just kind of butting them up against each other. And then I'm using that aluminum tape and coming up from the bottom and just kind of, overlapping the tape and the note card against the body. So it's got a really nice tight fit. I'm just going to continue to work this method through the whole panel. Okay, now that I have all my cards in place, I'm going to start working on the backside. And what I'm going to use is my little squeegee. And I'm actually going to put the painter's tape in basically the 90-degree joint, and I'm going to work it up and out at the same time. So I'm working it out the panel and up the note card. So this is going to kind of help keep those note cards as close to a 90-degree angle as I can get them. This isn't, by any means going to be a pretty part. This just is going to be the basic shape that we need. So I'm just trying to make, the best possible structure I can to fiberglass over. So again, I'm just going to speed up the video, but we're going to just continue to work that joint there with that squeegee and, add more painter's tape. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do again on the backside is start adding the aluminum tape. Now, I'm not going to be fiberglassing on the backside, but the nice thing about the aluminum tape is it adds a lot of strength to the note cards. So, with the combination of the painter's tape, at that 90-degree joint, and now adding, the aluminum tape on the backside of the note cards, I'm, really adding a lot of strength to the backside here. Um, so what I'm basically going to do is just work long strips and then smooth them out. You can see I have my little wood block and my squeegee, and I'm just going to, work that aluminum tape as smooth as I possibly can. So now we are moving on to the front side. And what I'm going to be doing is applying again the aluminum tape. I'm going to be doing 2 layers of this aluminum tape on the front side. So that essentially is 4 layers of tape overall, sandwiching, this note card. So, you know, one thing I'm going to do is put it kind of on longer strips to try and mitigate how many seams that I have overlapping tape. And the other thing I'm going to do is as soon as I put the tape on, I want to start smoothing it out before I add another piece. I just want to try and keep as many, little air bubbles or little air pockets or imperfections in the tape out of it as possible. So yeah, what I'm basically going to do is just keep working this aluminum tape into, like I said, 2 layers, and then we'll move on. So this will be our last layer of tape. And again, it's just going to be, the same as before. We're going to be putting it on in longer strips and we're going to smooth it out, right away. Um, there's not really any kind of, special trick to this. I like to use my marker. You can also use like that squeegee. It has like that nice felt side, or like the hard plastic side, whatever you really want. But the idea here is just to get that aluminum tape as smooth as you can. And then you will see, when I'm done, I like to take my wooden block and my marker and I work, the front and the back side and really kind of, you know, work that arch and work the tape in that arch that I've created and get everything as, smooth and straight as I possibly can. All right, so now you can see here I am actually fiberglassing over that little temporary form that I made. The nice thing about doing this kind of stuff is that, when you do like the base panel, like I started with on this car, and you want to add additional pieces with fiberglass like this, you can. And, doing it this way makes it really kind of easy um, to make intricate parts later on that you need. So, again, if I were going to be doing this in like a mold, you would almost have to do these panels in 2 pieces, like an outside and an inside. So when I'm creating, parts like this and I want to add, a lip or maybe a canard on the outside or whatever the case may be, this is a simple process that you can use to create a little form that you can fiberglass over and then, dispose of it. And then when you're done with what you're done or what you have in the end is a part that you can, now use and bond to your base panel. So this is just a little method that I wanted to show. So here is our part after, we removed the temporary form, and I'm just going to hold it in place here so you can kind of see what I was going for. And that's going to about wrap it up for this how-to video. Hopefully everyone, enjoyed it and found something useful. So thanks for watching.